Hey everybody. Yeah, I decided I'm like, okay, let's just do show 4 since I've got the time finally. I apologize for not doing a show last weekend. Unfortunately, it was a holiday and I just wanted to just decompress and relax. We had Black Friday off from my normal corporate job, so it was nice to just do whatever. Excuse me. So, I did go out on Black Friday. It was, it was all right. I don't have any money, so it was just kind of like spending on lunch and getting a cup of coffee. It was interesting to see everything, but unfortunately, International Plaza, International Mall was not decorated at all, so that was kind of a bummer. That was because I was told that it every year at this time they may have something up by now, but anyway, but I made up for it by going to Tyrone Mall, which on Saturday, because I don't, for a long time, I didn't have a winter coat or winter jacket. I was just relying on sweaters and stuff. I mean, I live in Florida. I mean, I don't need a down jacket or any of that other stuff, but the way the weather's been lately, yeah, I do. So, I ended up going to Old Navy and I got a long black sweater that's like really really warm and it's wonderful and it was half price, so I snapped up on that. I made sure to get that. So that was a good find. Anyway, so I'm just going to get into show 4. Fingers crossed we don't have any more nonsense with recording and all this other stuff this time. Fingers crossed. I cleared my video my all my other videos out of my phone, so hopefully it will be hitch free. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so I just wrote down a synopsis of what I'm going to talk about. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about, so I guess we'll just start off with Drive-Thru Jesus, which I kind of alluded to on my on K.A. Salter Books Facebook page. There's a church, you'll probably see it in the other clip that I put up. St. Luke's Methodist is literally 1,000 yards from my home. I mean, every time, if you ever hear the church bells in the background of my other recordings, that's where that's coming from. And they actually have like pre programmed songs. Like when we get closer to Christmas, I'll probably start hearing, "Oh, come all ye faithful," and all the other, religious types of songs. They'll play it over there. And it's kind of nice. It kind of reminds me of being back up north because I didn't think any churches down here did that. So that's really cool. But Drive-Thru Jesus is it, as the lady that I was just talking to a little while ago told me, because I asked her if they had the milk cartons set up, and she said that that's just to kind of guide people and they drive through. And she said, and they just have the live nativity. So I think it'd be really cool to check out. Sorry. And if they have live animals. I hope they do. I hope they don't mail it in. I hope they really go full bore with this. I think that would so. I'm sorry to offend. That would be really badass. Let's just put it that way. So that's Drive-Thru Jesus, and that's something I just made up because a couple of years ago I was driving for Uber and I was trying to get some extra cash to get my hustle on at this time of year, and I remember coming home one night after being out driving all day, and I'm like, why? Because this little church, it's a wonder they still could keep going because their attendance on Sunday is so sparse. I mean, that parking lot's not full. We have a lot of churches in this area. That's one thing that I definitely noticed when I moved down here from up north. But they managed to keep it going. But boy, when they drive through Jesus over there, you can't even get in there. Heck, I might just walk up and walk through. Anyway, I may try to do a recording of that. Maybe we'll see how things go this weekend. But I really like to see it for myself. I think that'd be really cool. So that's Drive-Thru Jesus. So other things that have been really cool this weekend. Okay, we already covered Black Friday. Disney Plus. Yeah, I subscribe to Disney Plus. I heard about Disney Plus. It's a streaming service, much like Netflix. I think it's like $7.51 a month, whatever, something in that. But all the great Marvel movies and Pixar and Home Alone and Herbie the Love Bug's on there. All the stuff that speaks really loudly to my inner child. That's all on there. So I'm like really jazzed about Disney Plus. So I've been really enjoying that most of last weekend. And then I got I noticed online that there was something about um, Netflix for some reason was not going to stream on older Samsung, Roku, and I think it was Vizio. And I have a Vizio TV that's like 5 years old. So I'm like, oh, great. Because that's one of my, I don't have cable TV. I use Netflix, Amazon Prime, and now Disney and YouTube occasionally. So I, I got Chromecast anyway. So now I can get all that with no problem. And it's pretty cool. So I'm not the most technology minded person, but I'm learning for an old fart. You can't teach an old dog new tricks anyway. So there's that. Um, for the Love of Dogs dropped last weekend, a couple weeks in, no, the weekend before, and I hopefully it's selling. The soft covers they're in, you've probably seen my title page, my Facebook, and I've also posted on Instagram and Twitter as well, just telling you all about it. So I hope it sells well, and already I may be writing a sequel for the Love of Dogs, something kind of along that vein. So we'll see. I've got a few ideas in mind that did not make it into the initial book, so I'm thinking about revisiting that idea again in the future. Other things I wanted to discuss are upcoming projects. I so there's that for the Love of Dogs, might be another project coming soon. I have started working on the sequel to Dare to Be. It's called Becoming. That's the working title of this time. But this time of year is really hard because there's so much going on, and I'm doing like photography. Like tomorrow I have a photo shoot, so I'll be gone all day long doing stuff with another photo club I'm involved in. So in this time of year there's so much going on because it's around the holidays and the weather's kind of nice. It's not so freaking hot. So there's a lot of stuff going on, suffice to say, and I'm really trying to make it a point to be home at least one day on the weekends to get back to work here. So that's the plan for Sunday, hoping Sunday I'll be getting back into that. So that's an active project that's going on at this time. Also, I was thinking I had this idea in mind too that I was going to pick up writing as part as there's actually a book that I want to do. It's not specifically for Laura Bond, or it's part of the Rabbit Hole family. It would feature characters that have popped up in Laura's books, but it's not specifically about her. So I was thinking about writing like a prequel about the record label that she's on. It's called Love Rose Records, and I always thought that that would be a really good story. It's about a bunch of musicians who were really frustrated with all the major labels, and because I mean, and nowadays people are doing it themselves anyway. If they, there's a lot of people that independently put out their music or they go through Bandcamp or whatever. But back in the day, way back when, this Love Rose company in my story had started in 1999, and it was a couple of musicians who just wanted to do something else. So, and then they get together with other musicians who have business sense and capital to make it happen. So I was thinking about an origination story called Love Rose: The Origin. So we'll see if that ever comes to pass. I'm just throwing that out there. So that was one idea. And also, speaking of origin stories, I'm also thinking within the Dare to Be realm of books of writing an origin story about Charles and Rebecca Harris when they were younger, when they first got together, and plus the additional new characters that'll be coming from Becoming. I don't want to give too much away. I know this sounds like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but it'll make sense eventually. Hopefully it won't take me 2 years to do Becoming. So there's that. And then Into the Blue, the sequel, I'm thinking about writing about the ladies taking a road trip, and I was also thinking about doing another offshoot of that about Norma, who travels the country in 1969 in her VW bus with her husband. I'm trying to remember his name. Danny, I think. Wow. All these characters. That's why I have Excel spreadsheets for everybody. That's how we keep track of everything. So that's just that. And the reason why I'm talking quick, I don't mean to. It's just I'm trying to get everything out before my phone starts going, your SD card's filling. I'm just trying to get it all out Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm talking a little too quick, using my hands as usual. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. Um, for the where I want to take this specific channel, I want to keep talking about my books, but I'm thinking about branching out and when I'm doing different activities and stuff, you're probably going to see a lot more filming of activities I'm doing. Um, I was hoping maybe to do something with my photo shoot tomorrow, but I think I'm just going to be taking pictures. I don't think I'm going to have enough battery life in my camera to do video. We'll see. I mean, we'll really see. Sorry. But so there's that. So there's something coming up in next month already, January. Oh my God, 2020. Wow. There is something called, I think it's called Bug Fest. If I have the name right, it's going to be at Quaker Steak and Lube, which is in Clearwater, Florida, and it's VW's. It's like Bug Jam, but on a smaller scale. I will definitely probably either do a live stream or some filming or whatever on there. So that's an upcoming thing. And I also, fingers crossed, probably not now because of the holidays, I've got a friend that's a hugely talented artist who creates sculptures of VWs or sanitation trucks or Mustangs or Cobras or whatever. His name is Michael C. Case, and he lives a while from he lives quite away from here, but I don't care because eventually I'm going to feature him on this channel. If it is the last thing I do, I already floated the idea by him and his lovely wife Stevie Case, who's also an artist who she does like little keychains, and right now she's doing tumblers, and she's like really into like glitter and cool things from the 80s, and her little business is called Stevie's Retro Kitchen, and it's the word kitsch and then the en added on the end. So that's a really cool name. So she's she has a full-time corporate job. She works from home, which is really cool. And then her husband also works from home fulfilling these orders. I'm going to probably put I'm probably going to put Mike's website. I'm going to drop his Instagram and Facebook page right into this post so you guys can check it out and see for yourself. I'm probably not explaining this the best way I can. I actually have a couple of his things here. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can grab one. Just hold on. Hold on. God. All right, everybody, I'm back. This is one of Mike's early efforts. I call this my Kickass Purple Bus. This is one of the first ones he ever did. But to get a general idea, this is what he does. This is kind of heavy, and this is made out of a different material. Stevie said that they've upgraded with the material that they're using. So that's what it is. It's my purple Kick-Ass VW bus. I bought this at Bugfest for $20. Mike is now asking at least $150 or more for these things. So I'm very proud to have an original for Mike's Art and Soul. So anyway, I'm definitely going to hopefully, fingers crossed, try to make this happen where I'm going to go to his workshop, talk to him, and give you guys the whole rundown on what he's working on. That's the first time I've ever really reached out to anyone else to include them in this channel because I want to help promote him, and it's a way for me to get more views, and I think one hand washes the other. And the thing is that I think so much of him and his wife, and I think so much of their talent anyway. And I love promoting other people. I'm just all about that. I'm just not really great about promoting myself. Go figure. Anyway, so there's really not a whole lot more to talk about here. And wow, I've managed to wrap it up in 15 minutes. Shocker. Anyway, you may hear from me again this weekend. You may not. We'll see how this is all going to play out. But I'm sorry for but I needed to get it out before my phone started going, oh, I'm not going to work anymore. Anyway, it's been a pleasure doing a Friday show. And one reason why I'm here on Friday is because my corporate job, the schedule's really kick-ass. On Friday, my department, my division, my department, I guess you'd call it, We get out at noon on Fridays. That is so badass. Believe me, I can get everything done. I get my laundry done. I get my food shopping done. Everything else. It's awesome. And then, so having Friday afternoons to get this stuff done means that I can play on the weekends. Win-win in my book. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Huge shout out to Mike and Stevie. I hope your guys' ears are ringing. Anyway, it is always a pleasure to talk about you guys and promote you. I cannot wait. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.